In a dramatic escalation of ongoing trade tensions, the United States has announced a new round of anti-dumping duties on Canadian softwood lumber, reigniting a long-standing economic dispute that has historically strained bilateral relations. These steep tariffs, targeting what the USA claims are unfairly low prices on Canadian lumber imports, have caused widespread concern across Canada's forestry sector, especially in British Columbia and Quebec, where lumber production is a key economic driver. Within 24 hours of the announcement, several small, two medium-sized mills in Prince George and Saguenay reported shipment cancellations. Multiple exporters said they were suspending contracts with American buyers due to financial uncertainty. The Wood Products Council noted a 35% spike in export delays, and economists warned that the ripple effects could lead to thousands of job losses. If the situation continues into the fall, this latest move from Washington has Canadian officials accusing the USA of protectionist overreach, while American lumber lobbyists argue that tariffs are essential to preserve domestic industry. Prime Minister Mark Carney has called the duties deeply unfair and pledged emergency support to affected producers. Provincial leaders are echoing that sentiment. BC Premier Selina Robinson described the tariffs as a devastating blow to rural communities, already reeling from wildfire disruptions and inflationary pressures. In Quebec, forestry union leaders in Abitibi have demanded Ottawa enact countermeasures, including subsidies and legal challenges at the World Trade Organization. The political and economic stakes are high. Canada exports approximately $10 billion in softwood lumber to the USA annually, with the bulk used in residential construction. Any disruption to the supply chain could also raise housing costs in the USA, which relies on Canadian wood for up to 30% of its building materials. Some American home builders and real estate developers are already voicing concern over the potential for increased prices and project delays. The controversy is reigniting nationalistic sentiment in Canada, with some political commentators urging the federal government to diversify export markets to Europe and Asia and reduce reliance on the USA market. The situation is also fueling public frustration. Online campaigns under hashtags like #SupportCanadianForestry and #TradeFairly are gaining traction, and citizens are being encouraged to buy locally sourced lumber products to support domestic producers. This episode marks the sixth major dispute over softwood lumber between the two nations since the 1980s, and is now seen as a litmus test for Canada's trade resilience. With the potential for retaliatory tariffs, legal action, and deeper cross-border friction, industry leaders and policymakers alike are bracing for a critical few months ahead, one that could redefine the future of Canada's resource-based economy. If you found this story insightful, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to West is Best for more bold takes on Canada's top stories and behind-the-scenes news that matters.